leveraging on what the former folks have questioned, since environmental protection is mainly influenced from outside of Africa, what leverage do African leaders truly really have, and what can we in the diaspora private sector do to influence this? I would like to hear your thoughts, His Excellency. Thank you.
Let me take the question about asking permission first. I think that first, I think we're in a different sort of mindset, because what we're saying now is that there is a pathway for the world to deal with the climate crisis. And we're saying that it is inevitable that this will be the approach. Fortunately for us, we face an apocalypse. So everyone's mind, whether now or in the future, will be concentrated on avoiding the apocalypse. So what we're saying now is not a matter of asking permission. It's a matter of saying, guys, we're looking at the end of the world. This is a solution. Let's do it. I think that we're talking now about collaboration and partnership. That's important. You know, if we believe the scientists, that will save the world. I don't think it's really asking permission, in my respectful view. I think that really it's a proposal. We're making a positive proposal, and it's thought through, and we continue to refine and think it through. But I think it's really how, in my view, the world will have to react to this one way or the other. Okay, then there's a question about the diaspora and leverage, what the African diaspora can do. I think, as always, the diaspora is important, because first, the diaspora is able, as a strong lobby, to impress upon, the relevant agencies, authorities, and all of that, what the African viewpoint is. Unfortunately, when we speak of the diaspora, we're speaking of a very amorphous group. So this is not an organized group that is necessarily thinking in the same way. But then there are diaspora organizations and groups that already are in partnership with several African governments and are working with African governments around climate, around healthcare, around education, and all that. I think expanding that, expanding the scope of that, and then trying to see how we can aggregate the force of the diaspora in a concrete way is one of the useful things that can be done from the diaspora. I think that organization must take place in the diaspora itself, as opposed to coming from Africa. And that would be very helpful if we're able to get that kind of synergy. And then, that then works itself into the problems that we have, the African issues and problems that we have. But I think that, at the moment we do have, but it's not, there is no synergy as such. We see several diaspora organizations working here. In Nigeria, for example, we have a diaspora commission which tries to work with Nigerians in diaspora on various topics. But that's hardly enough for the sort of sea change that we want to see in Africa.